All right, let's talk about some more week 4 football. We got the afternoon games and the Monday night football games. First, we're going to go with the Patriots taking on the 49ers. This is a battle for 500. Both teams coming in 1 and 2. The 49ers without McCaffrey isn't as much of a sure thing as we all thought. And the Patriots without Belichick don't look so bleak. Brock Purdy looks to shake off the loss, but continues building his stat sheet. He had 192 yards and 3 touchdowns, Jennings being his main target, grabbing all three of the touchdowns he threw. New England's defense looks to still be beaten up, so I think he can have a good game. The Pats offense last week was non-existent, only having 61 net yards against a stout Jets defense. I I think this is a get right game for San Francisco, so that's who I'm backing. San Francisco 49ers for the win. Next, we're going to go with the Arizona Cardinals at home against the Washington Commanders. Arizona at home for what they hope to be a bounce back week. Seeing a Commanders team riding high. Jaden Daniels is one of the few rookie quarterbacks that has matched his potential, racking up 254 yards and 2 touchdowns, hitting Terry McLaurin 4 of 6 times for 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Can Arizona stop them after having a poor showing, letting Goff get 2 touchdowns, 180 yards, 18 of 23? Arizona's offense needs James Connors to show up, and and Murray could use some more production passing the ball, only having 207 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. If he can cut out that interception, then it could be a game. But I believe the Commanders will come out on top, keep rolling, and so give me the Commanders for the win. Next, we got the Chiefs going to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. The Chiefs are 3 0 on paper, but don't look like the Super Bowl winning team they were a year ago. Rolling into LA to take on the Chargers, reeling from their first loss. Mahomes passed for 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, not getting sacked the whole game. Dang. That offensive line is doing good for him. But can the Chargers pass rush get to Mahomes? That's a key question for this matchup, especially with Kansas City's backfield and all the questions and all the instability. If the Chargers want to win, they need their run game. Last game, last week, J.K. Dobbins only had 49 yards on 15 carries, which Herbert will show up. Last week, he only had 125 yards, 1 touchdown, and leaving the game with an injury late adds questions to the Chargers offense. I think the Chiefs defense will come up big on the road, so I'm backing the Kansas City Chiefs for the win on the road. Next, we got the Cleveland Browns taking on my Las Vegas Raiders. Let's go, Raiders. It's a bounce back week. With all the injuries they have, though, this is a scary matchup. But this is another battle of two teams trying to achieve 500. The Browns come to Vegas coming off a loss to the Giants, and the Raiders also trying to bounce back after losing to the Andy Dalton Panthers. Who would have thunk it? Now, more bad news with the Las Vegas. Adams and Crosby are set to miss this game. This will definitely be a defensive game, I think, with low scoring and lots of punts. Whose defense will reign supreme? If the Raiders want to have a decent season, this is a must win. A Raiders pick six would be nice. They're due. So we'll see what happens. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And that's why I'm backing the Las Vegas Raiders to win and stay afloat and keep their season alive. Next, we go to Baltimore, where the Buffalo Bills take on the Ravens. The Bills are riding high, undefeated 3-0 without Stephon Diggs. Stephon who? Josh Allen can still find the end zone without Diggs. He's done it 7 times this season. They will be seeing a Baltimore offense who wants to run the ball. Everyone and their mother knows that. With Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry scoring at least one rushing touchdown in all 3 games this year. Both offenses are proven to score points, but which defense is better? Last week, the Bills held Jacksonville to 10 points, while Baltimore squeaked out a win against the always struggling Cowboys. So who do I think wins? Well, the Bills, of course. Baltimore seems to still be trying to figure out themselves on offense, with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson both sharing the rushing roles. And they seem to still be struggling a little bit. The Bills have it together a little bit more, and I like their defense better. So give me the Bills for the win. Next, the Tennessee Titans go to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Tennessee's 0-3, and the Dolphins are 1-2. This is kind of a trash game. Who knows what's going to happen? And it's really up in the air. Will Levis has thrown at least one interception in every game that he's played this season. And without Tua, the Dolphins just seem like a flat offense. They really need their key players to show up this week, like Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. If they can show up and they can get some production this week, and hopefully Mostert can play, but we'll see. They've definitely struggled without Tua. And on the other side of the ball with the Titans, their offense and their quarterback just love to make mistakes, including pick sixes. So, and that's one thing the Dolphins like to do. They have a very good defense, and they like to intercept the ball. So it'll be an interesting game to see what happens. But that being said, I'm going to ride with the home team on this one, and I think it's going to be a get-right game and a season saver for the Dolphins. Let's go Miami Dolphins for the win. And then finally, the last matchup, the second Monday night game, we got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. I think this could be the game of the week. The Seahawks are flying high, undefeated, and the Lions, who look like they could be the favorite this year, again, coming off a big win against the Bucs, which honestly not a lot of people saw coming. But here we are. Goff went 18 for 23 with 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Geno Smith went 26 for 34 with 289 yards, 1 TD, but he had 2 interceptions. And I believe one of them was a pick six. So, if the Seahawks want to stay undefeated, Smith will need to limit his interceptions. And if the Lions' defense shows up, that might prove more difficult than he thinks. This Monday night game looks to be a great one. Question is, who do I think wins? I'm backing the home team on this one. Lions' defense is running on all cylinders. Give me the Lions for the win. Those are my Week 4 predictions on the afternoon games and the Monday night games. Keep a lookout. I'm going to have some prop picks, some player picks, and a few parlays. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got some good insight. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win these games. And as always, let's go Bearded Bandit out.